Hey guys, today we're going to put a wrap on a lure, and a little bit different than some of them I've done recently. For a start, I want to thank all of you that have been purchasing my Bite Me t-shirts. I didn't really think that was going to work, but I thought I'd put it out there, and some of you have been buying the shirts, and I really appreciate it. Alright, on the lure. As I said, we're going to do a wrap, and we're not going to follow any particular pattern on this one. We're going to put a wrap on. We're going to put a two-tone base underneath that wrap. And when we get done, I think I'm going to call this one Caribbean Line. Stick with me. Alright, our first step is going to be to put a base coat of white. We'll use the Createx Opaque White. And I want to show you something. Just if you're starting out, you're starting to paint, you notice a little here around the eyes, you see a little orange. There's a little bit of yellow right here. What that's from is that means I screwed up. I painted this one, I got it all done, I looked at it and I thought, man, that's stupid. That really is no good whatsoever. Took it in the kitchen sink, took a scrubby and some water, washed all the paint off. We'll start all over. Now, once you put the top coat on, you can't do that anymore. So once you get it painted, you can take a look and decide if you like it or not. If you don't like it, hey, take it in the other room, wash it off, and start all over again. All right, let's put some white on this thing. All right, there we go. We got it white all over. Now, I'm going to dry this a little before I start putting the next coats on it. All right, as I said, we were going to use a wrap here. So what we're going to do, we need to put down our base coat to go underneath the wrap, and we're going to go with two different colors underneath the wrap. We're going to go with Createx Transparent Orange and Createx Opaque Red. If I had opaque orange, I'd just use the opaque on both. But the only orange I have is transparent, so that's what we're going to use. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give him a red front and an orange back. How about that? All right, there we go. Got orange on the back. Now let me clean up, and we'll put some red on the front. Well, we got the orange on the back done, so let's come back to the red. And as I said, we'll use the Createx Opaque Red. Let's not cover too much of that orange, so let's stick with it up front. There we go. Got red in the front, orange in the back. Now, I will tell you, if you're going to use a wrap, I like the opaques. I like to put those underneath. The transparents work. The pearlized, I tend to stay away from the pearlized underneath. And my main reason, I've had more problems with the pearlized wanting to scratch off where the wrap might scratch the paint underneath. I've had more problems there with pearlized than I have with opaque. I don't know if that's really because of the pearlized or just bad luck sometimes, but I try to stay with the opaque underneath because of that. All right, need to dry this really good before we get ready to put the wrap on this one. Okay, we're ready to put the wrap on this. Now, let me explain this one to you. Hang this back up. Here's the wrap I'm going to use. It's a floral ribbon. I picked this up at Walmart. It's OFFRAY. Now the thing about this ribbon is it's got a lot of glitter on it. All right? So there's a lot of glitter, and you just have to rub and rub and rub, and you can rub all the glitter off. But the next thing is there's a wire here and there's a wire there. So it's got a wire on both sides because you're using it to wrap around fake flowers. So what you do, what I do anyway, I've taken this and I pulled the wire out. This side, see if I can get where you can see it, I cut the edge off. Now, even though there's no wire in here anymore, I was able to pull it out. If I pulled out the wire, I was going to have this real heavy edge. And I didn't want that, so I cut it off. And I have another one, just like it, I cut off. And the reason I have two of those is one of them's not big enough to cover a lure. So it's going to take two of them, and we're going to have to put them right up next to each other. And if I left that heavy line in, I'd have a black stripe going right down the middle of my lure that I did not want. So this one is a little tough to put a wrap on. You got to go to a little extra effort here, but I like the effect it gets, so I'm kind of willing to do that. So let me get stuff here. How much you'll see as I'm doing this, I don't know. We're going to start with the back end. What I do is I just take one, put it down over, pinch it down some more. I'll get it halfway and I'll show you. All right, there's halfway done. I got two of them on there. I'm halfway. Now I'm going to take the front side, and I don't want to overlap it very far, but now I'm just going to put the front side over. And you can't overlap it too much. If you do, you'll get a funny look out of it. There we go. All right, we're covered. I got everything covered in here. We're just barely overlapping, so we're not going to get too much doubled up effect. I'll pinch that down. Hang on, let me pinch that down there. A couple clips around that nose too, just to hold that down. All right, we're ready to put our top paint on, but before we do that, to get our colors to come out correct, we need to paint first. Createx Opaque White. Cover the whole thing white. Get some paint going here. All right, we'll paint the whole thing white first. Get a good, even coat. The toughest part is down on the belly, getting around. And when you spray it, we're going to go front to back and back to front. I want both ways, both directions, and back to front. All right, we got it white. Let me clean up, and we'll start with the colors. All right, we're ready to add some color. We're going to start out on the belly. Createx Pearlized Lime. We're going to get our chartreuse by Pearlized Lime. I'm not going to do the very top. Right up the side. Do it right up to the middle of the side. Again, make really sure you get good around that belly. It's going to be tough because of the clamps. That's all there is to that. All right, hang on real quick here. Let me hang that up. Get the green out of here. Now, we'll come back with Createx Transparent Caribbean Blue. I'm going to go right down the back. And there we go with that. All right, let me dry this, then we'll see what we got. All right, well, let's see what we get here, huh? There we go. There is our, got a red. Can't say I see it nearly as much as the orange. The red did a much better job than the orange did. The orange, that transparent color just doesn't work as well as an opaque color on a wrap. We got that. Hang on a second. we're going to forget. This time we're going to have to paint the eyes. So let me get something, we'll paint the eyes. All right, we'll just come back with a little Createx opaque black and a Q-tip. Get a little of that black on there, and we'll just go, again, get plenty of black on there, I guess. There we go. Cover that eye. Here we go. All right. Now, put a top coat on that. We'll see what we got. Well, there we go, guys. You know, it's like I said, that style of wrap, because it's so narrow, is a little tough to do, but I really do like the results you get from that. So there's my Caribbean lime. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.